Hey y'all, it's me Marty. Welcome to another video. Decided to show you some wood names that I made here. So, like this. I've made videos on talking about Scrollsawn wood names before, but what's that? I don't know, like that. I'm just trying to get a thumbnail picture. Anywho, so I made videos on making wood names on the Scrollsawn before, but I thought I'd do another one and just talk a little bit more about it. Just give you, I don't know, some tips, advice, just things I've learned, you know, my 2 cents. So making wood names on the Scrollsawn is one of my favorite things to do on the Scrollsawn. And they're simple and easy, fun to make, and they are a wonderful gift. And you can sell them. They're a great seller too. I've made hundreds of custom cut Scrollsawn names just like this through the years, through the last 30 years. I've sold a bunch too. And last time I sold, last time I sold, I think $1 a letter. You can do whatever you want, or you can do it per name. But they're a good seller because they're custom. They're personalized. You can't get any more personalized than a name. And the thing is, even if you can find, sometimes you can find them in stores or craft shows or whatever, pre-made. Well, they're just basic names, but maybe your name it's a really unique name. Maybe it's spelled different because people spell their names all different ways, and that's what's kind of neat. And so you might not find your name. I mean, I see that all the time in truck stops and gift shops, you know, in different places. There'll be different kinds of gifts, and they'll have names on them, but they don't have everybody's name. This is something that you can custom make for somebody, and makes a really wonderful gift. I made a lot of them through the years. So a couple of things about these, the way I make them. So you can do anything. You can get pattern books, you know, and look at magazines and books and get patterns online. You can download templates for free. You can buy them or whatever. I really should wear a dust mask, but I've been inhaling dust for 30 years. Anyway. It's a little chilly in here too. I had my heater going because it cooled off. It's been 40s and 50s, like way above normal for winter in Minnesota. We haven't got hardly any snow. Today it's only like 30. I was freezing finishing the starter. I hope you liked that video. I know it was kind of long, but anywho, again, it wasn't a tutorial. It was just a putz learning how to do something. Anywho, but it was cold and the temperature's dropping, and it was actually snowing earlier. And 30 today for 35 or something for a high, but it's cloudy and really windy. Tomorrow's gonna be sunny, but I think only like 20. And then like tomorrow night's gonna be like 2 or so. It's crazy. Anyway, but it's gonna be back in the 40s, 50s, and even 60 by the weekend. Anyway, I like 30s and sunny. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. But I had the heater going, but I shut it off so that I can do a video. So otherwise you'd be hearing that going. Okay, so yeah, you can get patterns for names anywhere. People always ask what pattern you use, what font you use, you know. I'll show you. I have a lettering templates. I don't know, you can see them up here hanging on the wall. I have the whole alphabet hanging up there behind my Christmas ornament patterns. Again, most of you know I do. I use tempered hardboard or just hardboard to make patterns, and then you just trace them on wood. I don't like using paper patterns and the tape and the glue and adhesive and all that stuff in the patterns. I do that for some if they're harder, but I make a lot of these. I have patterns hanging all over my shop of just hardboard. It's cheap. It's like $10 a 4x8 sheet, and you can do hundreds of patterns. And so yeah, I just years ago, I don't know, I was out of a book. I think it's a hobo font, and I just made templates for the whole alphabet. Okay, and then so you just take a board and okay, the name is Bailey, and you just start laying the letters out. You can spell anything, and you just trace around it. I just think it works great. That's the way I do it. Another thing, you can go on your computer, use whatever word program you have, and just spell out the name, and then you can do any font you want. And I just rhymed. Sometimes I rhyme, most of the time, or sometimes. No, anyway, but do any font you want, and you can just, you know, really anything, any font you like, and you can do script fonts, you can do block fonts, and then you can change the sizes. you know, you can do the spacing. You can space the lettering so they're closer together. Like if you're doing a script font, they're all hooked together. If you're doing a block font, they'd be separate. But just change the spacing and pull them together, and then they're attached, and then it's one word. Yeah, so there's different ways. You know, I just like using them, you know, when I was selling them, and if somebody asks for a name, it's just nice to have a basic basic size and design. But I do other designs for names too. But that's the basic one I do. And I actually used to do smaller ones years ago, like 1 inch or 1.5 inch tall. And they're just harder to scroll saw because they're smaller and, you know, inside cuts and stuff. But so I started making them bigger, and these are just under. So these are just the lettering templates. They're 3 inches, just under 3 inches tall. Okay, and so the names are 3 inches tall. And just a few tips and just things that I do. And this is a nice size, better than the smaller ones I used to use. But I make them 3 inches tall. You know, the letters are about 2 inches wide, I guess. And I do it out of 3/4 inch wood, or even thicker. If I have 1 inch laying around, I'll use that. I won't do any thinner than 3/4 inch. And the reason why is because they stand up on their own when they're thicker. You don't need a base. And you can do, that's another option, you can put a base under a name, and it looks nice, especially if it's contrasting wood. You know, this is poplar, and this is mahogany. You know, if you want to put it on the base, it does look nice, but, you know, if you do them on a thicker wood, you don't need to do a base. So that's what I like. They stand up on their own, you know. And I use mostly poplar wood. Poplar is one of my favorite woods to use for scroll sign, for all kinds of stuff, but especially names. It's a lighter colored wood, pretty white. Yes, sometimes there could be green or brown streaks in it, but most of the time it's white. Sometimes I'll pick different poplar for different colors and for different things, but mostly I'll use poplar. The reason I use poplar and not pine is because pine's not my favorite for scroll sign or anything like that. I'll use it just to build boxes or, you know, basic stuff, or carve signs sometimes. But pine is cheap, and there's knots, and there's voids, cracks, imperfections, all different things. And so I started using I started using poplar years ago, and I get it from Menards. That's my favorite store. They have great selection, great prices. Poplar is a little bit more expensive than pine, but it's still affordable. It's still pretty cheap, and it's much nicer. So this is a pine board, and this is a piece of poplar. Okay, this is a lot whiter, no knots, no cracks, no voids. It's tighter grain. It's just nicer wood. I just like poplar way better than pine for scroll sign and for names especially. So I do them all in poplar. The other thing that's nice about poplar, it cuts really nice on the scroll saw. Smells good, and this is really good for painting too. I don't really paint them, but I'll make them. Probably 95% of the names I make are for kids, and then, you know, so you give them a custom-made name, their name. And then they can color them, crayons, markers, paint, and they paint really nice. And then that's something they can do with their new name. So yeah, that's another reason I use poplar. It just works really well. I do that for all my names. Now, if I'm going to do a name for an adult, or maybe a last name for a family, then I might use fancier wood. I might use maple or oak or mahogany or poplar or walnut or, what was I going to say? Birch, you know, some other nicer woods if it's an adult or a last name of a family. But otherwise I use poplar. And then, so when you are, a couple of tips, let's say this is the board. This is actually going to be a cribbage board. I'm making some cribbage boards, and that'll be a video coming up too. So what I do is start on the bottom. Okay, start on the flat. Okay, so you start, let's say your name is Andy, okay? So, hey, Andy, if you're watching, my friend from the UK. So you put A, and then you put N, and just overlap it a little bit, and then D, overlap it a little bit, and Y, overlap it a little bit. So they're all attached, and then they stay together. And because you start on the bottom, it's already flat. Your board is already flat. Use the bottom of a board that's flat. It's usually flat. I mean, it wouldn't be curved, but should be flat. But that's just, because I used to, when I first started making names, put them in the middle of the board. First of all, you're wasting wood, and then you have to try to draw a straight line on the bottom so they're flat and they stand up nice. That just saves a step by start on the bottom. And so what I'll do then is I'll do a name this way, and then I'll do a name on this side, you know, go that direction. And then you have a strip of wood in there for other smaller projects or whatever, but that's what I do. I start in the bottom and just link all the letters together. Another thing, I do inside cuts first. So like Bailey here, Bailey. The B and the A have inside cuts. So well, in everything I do Scrollsawn, I do inside cuts first for a couple reasons. One, well, they take a little more time. You gotta, you know, you gotta drill holes for all the inside cuts. But then you have to unhook the blade and thread it through, rehook it up, cut it out, unhook it, you know, for every single inside cut. It just takes more time. And it's nice if you're doing inside cuts to have more wood to hold on to. And once you cut out the rest of the name, you don't have as much wood to hold on to. So, yeah, I always do, and it's just to get it out of the way. I don't like inside cuts, so I always do the inside cuts first, and then I do the outside. You know, again, just like anything on the scroll saw, just let the blade do the work. Don't rush it. Don't push hard. Take your time. Make sure you have a good blade. You know, you can use clear packing tape on the back. It really does help cool the blade, and it doesn't burn the wood, and the blades last longer. I usually just do that on hardwoods, but you can do it on anything, and it helps, really. And yeah, so I just cut out the name, and then I erase the pencil lines where I, just went out of the lines a little bit. And then I sand. Well, here's the thing. So if you're buying dimensional lumber, it's already smooth on the faces, okay? And so now you're just talking about the edges that you cut with a scroll saw. Well, the scroll saw blade is so sharp and cuts so clean, it's smooth already. You don't have to sand that. So really, all you have to sand is the edges, that sharp little edge on the edge there. And a lot of times that's not real bad. So what I'll do is I'll erase the pencil marks. I might just quickly go over the front with sandpaper, either power sand or just by hand. There's not much, just to get it cleaned up a little bit. And then I'll just take a piece of sandpaper and just, brush over the edges, round over the edges a little bit. And, and that's done. And I usually leave poplar plain. Sometimes I'll clear coat them. If it's hardwoods, I might clear coat them or stain them and, different things. But usually I leave them in case the kids want to paint them. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Just making some names. My wife, she wanted me to make some names for her friend, her kids. So I whipped these off, and I thought I'd do another video too, just to show you. It's just, they are a good seller for craft sales or whatever, or just custom orders, really. And I made hundreds of names, but they're really nice gifts, nice personalized custom gift. And again, kids can paint them. So it's something they can do on them too. And but yeah, and I do most of them out of poplar, just under 3 inches high. But you can do any sizes, any font, anything like that. So yeah, that's about it. Just thought I'd show you some names I made and just a couple of ideas and tips on them. And so yeah, give it a try. So yeah, it is Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. I don't know. Where'd my watch go? I took my watch off earlier when I took a shower. Anywho, it's Tuesday. Pretty sure it's Tuesday. We'll call it Tuesday. And yeah, just enjoying time with my wife this week, being home. I'm not going out till next Monday. And yeah, lots of projects, chores outside and different things, and woodworking. I got a bunch of woodworking projects. So I'll be doing a few more videos. I'm making more cribbage boards and more games. For a coffee shop uptown. Just wanted to donate some games to them for some different things they do. And also for our church, to have for our coffee house, where we play games and do music and stuff. So I'm going to make some more cribbage boards and games. I'll probably do a video to show you those. I'm also going to make a potato onion veggie bin. We had one years ago. I don't know what happened to it, but it's, instead of having them in the fridge, they last longer if they're not in the fridge, actually, but in a cool, dry place, So I'm just making one of them, just simple, out of pine, not fancy, but probably do a video and just show you that. What else? I had some other wood projects. I got to work on my snowman and tarjas. Yeah, some other projects and different woodworking, and maybe I'll do a video on different ones. Also, I want to do a couple outdoor videos. I'll probably do a campfire one. If my wife and I go for a hike, yeah, probably towards the end of the week or the weekend, might do a video on that. And I'm going to do a video showing you a new pack I got. And it's a big one. I got a military surplus. It's really nice, and I got a great deal, and it's really cool. And so I think what I might do is do a video showing you, because I don't think, I did videos in the past showing you my different packs for hiking and backpacking, camping, bushcraft stuff. But I don't think I put them on my new channel. So I think I'll do a new video showing them all. Maybe I'll do that in one video. We'll see. I have a bunch of packs. I love packs. I'm going to give a few more away. I do that here and there. But I have a summer pack, I have a fall pack, and a winter pack, and now I have I don't know what I'm going to call it, a mega hiking, camping, bushcraft, emergency survival, bug out bag for everything. It's big, and I might do all 4 of those and just show you them, the different sizes and the weight and the different things I have in there. Again, I do everything thrifty, and it's just kind of fun bushcrafty stuff for day hiking, and but I have emergency and survival stuff in all of them, just for if you have to do an overnight, if you get lost in the woods or something happens, or but I might do a video on showing all of those, so it might be fun. And before spring, I want to do a winter day camp out out on our property here, and I might do an overnight sleeping. We'll see. I don't know. Might do some bushcrafty stuff. And I want to do a whittle chat. I'm going to do that one day this week. I meant to do it Saturday, but I'm going to do it one day this week. And so I'll have a few more videos this week and see what happens. Anyway, but yeah, I'm going to end this video. Keep it shorter than the last one. Anyway, I pray you're all doing well. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this a thumbs up if you like it. Sorry, Rudy. I don't mean to stick my thumb up your nose, but I mean, it is red, and anyway. Please give a thumbs up if you liked it. Watch my other videos. I got a lot of other videos. Just share my life. That's what my channel is, just sharing. And, subscribe if you want. Comment, share, all that fun stuff. I hope you are doing well, and we'll see you on the next video.